Konnichiwa, this is Strawberry for Ichigo, and this is a remake of How to Make an Artemis Scythe from Vampire Knight, Part 3, because I felt that my other part wasn't that good because I only explained what we were doing, and I really didn't show you my final product. So, just don't pay attention to the curve on the edge. I just messed it up a little bit at Anime Midwest when I was carrying it around, because I was carrying it around basically like 2 days straight, excluding the nights, because I went into my other cosplay. Anyways, basically after step 2 of cutting out the shape, I sanded down the edges because my dad, he really didn't cut it out right, and sometimes when you do it, you might cut it out a little crooked, and just to be safe, you sand it down. Don't use the paper sander, because we did that mistake, and it takes too long. Use the one that's electronical. I don't know what you call it. I'm not good at machines and stuff. But what we did was sand it on the edges, and we also, I don't know if you can tell. See, I had it standing up. See, like right here, it's not sharp or anything. The reason is it's because you don't want to hurt anyone with the scythe. So we sanded it down a little bit for safety precautions. This one's not really sanded down that much, but we'll have to do that later. Like, this one's a good example. The best one was over there. And right here's another good example. Oh, yeah, right there. I went too close. And after that, we painted the scythe, but we made the mistake of destroying the tiki pole, which is what we use for the staff. I think it's a pretty good thing, the tiki pole, because you know how in Vampire Knight she has like the little things around the staff? It has that, and I think it works the best because it's kind of made like of bamboo, which makes me kind of sad because you know the pandas. But anyways, like the bamboo, it has like little, rings around it, which kind of help with the design of the Artemis. And we used like these ties that were silver, the same color as the paint, and use that to attach the tiki pole. And before I say anything else, I just wanted to mention that I left 12 inches of wood. You can't really see it, but 12 inches, it goes a little bit more down, of wood, because if you just leave it like this, like it'd be in the real scythe, you won't have enough room to attach the pole, which would kind of be like a waste of wood. So what we did, we left a little bit so we could attach the tiki pole about right here, which looks decent, and so it'd look better and everything. You'd be attached and everything, so you wouldn't risk dropping the, the main part of the scythe and breaking it or anything, or ruining the whole thing. And the ties really help, because these things, once you really cut it, because we cut it on the side, it doesn't come out after that, and I think it's pretty good. And after we painted the scythe, we made a mistake. So we made a mistake of attaching the tiki pole right away because we only had 1 day. I want you, because it's better, if you do it last minute, at least leave 3 days. Like, because this paint that we use, we bought it like at Lowe's. I don't know what the brand is, but it's silver paint. And we made the mistake of only letting it dry for like a day. Like everything, which was very bad because it actually takes a few days, because when I went to ASEM, it was kind of tacky and sticky, and some of the paint was coming off, and then some of the paint even went on my cosplay, and it kind of ruined the boots a little bit, but it's not that bad. And, well, yeah, sorry, I messed up. Yeah, I messed up, sorry. What was I on? Oh yeah, the paint. Well, anyways, at least leave 2 days for it to dry, because 1 day and a half is not enough. Because it'll be sticky and tacky, and I don't want you to ruin anyone's cosplay, because most cosplays are like $100, $200, and I don't think someone would be very happy if their cosplay is ruined. Especially, you know how the Artemis scythe has like a spike on it. Not a spike, but it's sharp. That's why I told you to sand it down a little bit, because you don't want to risk getting stuck on someone's cosplay and maybe even ripping it, and you might have to pay for the damages and stuff, so leave it at that. And after we basically attached it with these little thingies, we had already painted the tiki pole and everything, and we basically let the rest dry for half a day. And after that, we basically left it outside because we felt that it'd be better than leaving it in the garage, because, well, when we went, because it was ASIN, it was pretty hot outside. But if you're going like in the winter or something, please don't leave it outside. You're just gonna ruin it. Leave it in like somewhere kind of humid, like I don't know about you guys, but maybe your basement or garage. Most likely your basement, because I think your garage can be very cold. But garage, basement, one of those two. And just let it sit there for overnight/day, because just to make sure it's okay. And what I have right here, it's like, my dad's like 6'1", and it's taller than him, just by a little bit. And it's 6'2". You know how most of the cons say that you can't have like a weapon taller than you, or prop. Well, that's a lie, because when I went to ASIN, they said that, and I was so scared that they were going to take it away from me. No one told me anything. Instead, the guys that were like, you know, staff, they're like, oh, that's a cool scythe and stuff like that. No one ever told me that it's too tall or anything. So don't pay attention to those. They're just trying to scare you. Just make sure that your prop is dry and not sharp or anything, because then you might run into a problem. Also, you're going to need a van to take this in, because my dad's car, he has like, you know, one of those 4-door cars, the normal ones. It was sticking out his window, and we were so scared that the police were going to stop us. So, I recommend putting it in a van or truck. I think van would be safer. But yeah, a van, something like that, would be good. And just be careful when you put it in, because what we did when we put it in the van, we kind of put it sideways, and it kind of almost scratched the car, because you know how it's a little sharp because it has like those edges. It almost scratched the van a little bit. So you have to be careful with that. Like, you know how you can put some of the seats down? I'd recommend you, if you're just going you and your mom, or just like 4 friends or something, put most of the seats down, or just put it to the side or something. Somewhere where it won't hurt the car or your scythe. Because I don't want you guys to be in trouble or anything. And one more thing. When I went to ASIN, because that was my first con, that's when I basically debuted this thing. I was trying to figure out ways how to hold the scythe. I tried holding it like, you know, up, like you saw it before. I'm just trying to show you very close up. That did not work. I actually almost hit people. Then I tried to hold it like up in the air, but like straight, kind of parallel, kind of like that. Don't do that. You're gonna hit someone behind you. So the best way was basically like this. It might look a little bit weird because I'm not holding it, but like this is the best way. Oh, I don't want to turn it because this is not okay. Like this, basically, because that thing goes a little bit behind you, but it's not too much. And then that, it's pretty much, if you have a friend behind you or anything, you're gonna be fine, because instead of hitting the crowd, you guys are just gonna hit each other, which is not very good either. But this is the best way how to hold the scythe, because if you sling it across your back, you're gonna hurt someone. If you put it upright, you're gonna hurt someone. If you put it like parallel, you're gonna hurt someone. So this is basically the best way, since it takes up the least amount of space, because this thing does take up a lot of space. Unfortunately, it does. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys are able to make it the same way I did, or even better. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or ideas on how to make the scythe better, or just anything in general, feel free to contact me. Put a comment, message me, anything like that. And happy cosplaying!